I have some bad news. I lost a peach tree right there. I lost it to insects and to disease. And really it's my fault. Okay, I take full blame. It's all my fault. I had some weeds, I had some grass that were growing around the trunk where that trunk makes contact with the ground. And I thought, you know what? It's really not that warm. We hadn't had a lot of rain, and so there's not a lot of moisture in the ground. And I thought, you know what? Let me give it a few weeks. I've got other things I need to do. But what happened is, because I left that grass and I left those weeds growing around the trunk, it provided a place for insects to hide. Those insects attacked the trunk of the tree, and as soon as that happened, that moist environment allowed for bacteria to breed and other diseases, fungal diseases, to get into that trunk, and it killed my peach tree. So what did I learn? Here's what I learned. Make sure that you get that grass and those weeds away from that trunk, even if it's not that warm and even if it's not that moist, especially if you live in a warm, humid environment like I do here in Zone 8B. We got to make sure we pull those weeds away. Let me show you what I do with mine. So what you see here is you have some weeds growing right here by the trunk. You want to get in there, it's just that easy, and pull all that away from the trunk so that you have a nice ring around the tree. That way this can dry out quickly and there's fewer places for those insects to hide. Let me show you another trick I do. Here's a young tree. It's a young peach tree I grew from seed. As you can see, it's on a mound. This mound does a few things. One, it helps the water to drain more quickly in my area, so there's not a lot of moisture that sits right here on this trunk where it meets the ground. So we make sure we do that. And also I've noticed, just maybe psychological for me, if it's mound, it's easier for me to keep the grass and the weeds away from the trunk. And again, it's probably just a mental thing for me, but it helps me out tremendously. Let me show you one more. This is a miniature peach tree. As you can see, it's starting to bloom. It won't be long before I have peaches. But what I've done with all of my miniature peach trees, and I will probably start to do with most of my fruit trees now, is I put this raised bed, actually I cut it in half, but I put it around the tree as a border so that the grass and the weeds don't grow right up on the trunk. It's a lot easier to weed. As you can see, I still have some things growing in here, but I just pull those out pretty quickly. And I hadn't weeded this area in probably 4 months or so. And as you can see, it stays pretty clean because of the barrier. So don't be lazy like me. Make sure you keep that green away from the trunks, especially where those trunks meet the ground. Don't give those insects any place to hide. Don't let moisture build up around that trunk. Keep those trees healthy, and then maybe you won't have to pull one up like I did. Don't be like me. Do better.